Probably turn down that AC a little bit. I like it a little toasty in here. A little toasty. It's hot as hell. It's nice though. I like it. All right, so we're going to talk about individual consciousness, the collective consciousness, and what to do to make sure that you and me and everyone can have the best life possible, even though the world may be on fire. So, if you've been living under a rock, I envy you. I really do. That sounds absolutely incredible. You're living your best Patrick Starfish life, and I love you for that. Like, good job. But if you haven't been, you've probably noticed that everything in the world, they're painting a picture that it's all just like collapsing. It's all on fire. It's bad, 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 bad. Day after day, there's more bullshit. There's more revelations coming out. There's these people killing these people, blah, 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 blah. And that is the point. That's what they want. I've said it multiple times before, but I need to reiterate it to make the point of how we construct and co-create our realities. So our belief systems, our perspectives, what we see and what we put our focus on is the energy that we are actually going to be receiving. Because our focus, our internal focus, is energy that we give out. So we're not actually receiving energy while we're watching the news. We're just getting more outputs from the inputs that we've prior given to it. And what does that mean? If you've watched the news every single day of your life, that is the input that you have given your subconscious brain. That is what you're going to do. It's part of your habits. So, in your waking, as you're going throughout your day, you're going to turn on the news. You're going to turn on Twitter. You're going to go on Threads. You're going to do something in the social media sphere because that is what you have been trained into your subconscious brain to receive back as an output. The input is, hey, I want to stay informed. And the output is, yeah, motherfucker, here you go. You're going to stay informed. But guess what? The things that you see are going to be based off the prior outputs and your reactions. Your reactions to them. That's what you're going to get more of. And that's why this is a very important message to everybody needs to see this shit. Seriously, because the more we give in to negative energies while we're watching stuff on the news, the worse it's going to get. Believe me. That is how this fucking... this is how this realm works, all right? It's just how it works. It's all based off vibration. If you watch something on the TV and there's a lot of people that watch it, we are all co-creating what is going to happen next in the plot. If you keep watching the news that only likes to report on crime, and especially on, let's say black crime, for example, you now have a bunch of people that are saying, oh, well, these black people, they're all criminals. Oh, they're all bad. We need to make laws against them. And now they are going to co-create hatred. So they're going to keep reporting on it until we internally change. And it is going to keep happening in the world because that is what God gives us. God gives us the co-creation of our beliefs and the emotions that we have towards things. So instead of being thrashed by the waters of life, we need to learn how to walk on them. I'm not saying that you can't fucking turn on the TV and you have to become a monk. No. Do I still watch the news? Sometimes. I think it's hilarious. It's like when I was the guy that when Kirk got shot, I was like, nah, crisis actor. It's a fucking crisis actor. Oh, Charlie! And now we're going to have a national holiday for the guy. I was like, he's a fucking cover-up. He's a 32nd degree Freemason. What are we doing here? This is, if anything, it's a Kabbalistic sacrifice. You have Kash Patel talking about Valhalla with a guy that's apparently Christian. Are you serious? Valhalla is definitely some cover term for something that the FBI or the CIA or Mossad knows as where you take people that have died, like the amount of billionaires that have died so far this year. I think it's like over 30 billionaires have died this year. All that means is that they die in the public so they can go off the grid. I am guessing that Charlie is off the grid because it was a huge cover-up to make sure that the Epstein stuff doesn't get out. But this is what I'm saying. We need to not get so mad because that was the original narrative of the whole assassination on the news. They want you to be pissed off. They want you to look at the alt-right guys and say, fuck those people. And I'm going to hold that hatred inside of me because they're so evil. They're so bad. They're going to do more terrible things, right? They're going to do terrible things. Or they want you to look at the left side and say, look at all these faggots. Look at them. Look at them with all their alphabet soup and all that bullshit. What are they doing? They're probably out here swinging mad meat at everybody. Okay, that's what they want. They want us to be divided because as a divided people, we're easier to control. And the only way that we set ourselves free is when we tune out from the psyop. The psyop being the idea that has been ingrained in us that we need to be informed all the time. Really? Do you? Do you actually need to be informed? Some of the best days/weeks I've had in my entire life are when I've been on vacations where I don't have my phone and I'm just out in nature. Utah, for example, we're out hiking all day. It's like 110 degrees. You don't have your fucking phone on you. Your phone would overheat. And even if you could open up, you can't see because the amount of glare coming off the sun. It's awesome. Like that's what we need more of. We don't need more of going on the news and reacting to it. Okay? I don't want anybody, even if they watch my content, to have a negative reaction or really a positive reaction. I just want it to be information. Like you can just take the information. What is this guy doing? There's just a dude walking through the middle of traffic. Like, oh dude, what are we doing here? I guess that guy has no fear. That's all I'll say. Bless his soul. I have not seen that shit before. I'm not kidding. There's like a green light. There was a green light in front of me, and this dude is walking in between cars, and he walks directly in front of the car, and then over to the other side. I'm like, my guy, there's a light. You're gonna get ran over. Completely blank face. Probably a lizard. Maybe he's an alien. Who knows? Who knows? Who really knows what the truth is? You know, I'm one of those flat earth guys. I think there's a firmament above. And when I say there's a firmament, I know there's a firmament and I know there's a flat earth. Okay? It's not a fucking spherical globe. I don't trust anything I see online. All they do is lie to you and they steal your money. And then they give it off to good sources. They get off to, oh my God, but it's charitable. I was like, oh, really? The amount of money we've given away in all these other countries, they still look like shit? What's going on here? It doesn't make sense. It's almost like you're just stealing it. Huh. Crazy. But that's more so the reaction we should have to stuff. Don't get mad. Just try and understand it. Because the more that we all wake up and understand things, God and this realm gets the message. The elites or the bad guys, whatever you want to call it, they can't exist if there isn't darkness. Darkness thrives in the lower vibrations. A higher vibration is something like understanding. It is something like willingness to actually dig into the details and not get pissed off, not let your ego get upset if it's wrong. You just have to learn and you grow. Because a lot of the times anger, where it comes from, is a misunderstanding or a belief system that is faulty that we've had before. You may consciously believe that this is the way something is going, but then your soul knows the truth is something different. So when somebody presents you with facts that oppose your ego, those facts agree with the soul but disagree with your conscious thoughts, and that allows that anger to come up because there's that dissonance inside of your energy structure. Okay? We need to get better at just being stoic. This doesn't mean you have to completely swear off any type of emotion. You know, those guys like, yo, emotion's gay. Yeah, to a degree, yeah, it is a little bit, because emotion or gayness originally meant being happy. So I think we should all be gay. We should all definitely be more gay. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a fabulous time. There'd probably be more glitter. There'd be more dancing. There'd probably be more spicy music, spicy margaritas, and a whole hell lot more laughter. And probably people just getting roasted all the time, because the gays are ruthless when it comes to what you're dressed as, what you're wearing. At least in my experience with but it was always from a state of love. It was like, I want you to wear the thing that is going to make you the most beautiful, but right now you look like a fucking cum whore. You know, it was so funny. I love that shit. All right. But going back to the main point. So on an individual level, you create your own reality. You create your own life. However, the things that have happened in the past, you cannot change. The things that are currently happening all around you, you really cannot change. That is the world of effect. You live in the world of cause. Cause is that mental and the emotional realm. Those two realms collapse down into your physical reality. Now, on an individual level, you are not going to just have the mental power to say, oh, well, I want to imagine a world of only peace, and it is going to reflect that back to me at all times. And then when you watch the news, magically, everything is all peaceful. That's not how it works, but on an individual level, it does. See, when you become the peace and you start moving around, you radiate that peace outwards to other people. You're going to have more peaceful interactions. Where we get lost in the sauce is when we lower ourselves back down into anxiety and fear and anger, because we can be peaceful when we wake up in the morning. We can be peaceful when we drink a nice water, a nice filtered water, and we take a walk. Yeah, we're out in nature. We're out in nature with our dog. And we're just chilling. We're getting all that good ass fucking sun, baby. There's some hot chicks on the trail. Fuck yeah, dude. I love cheeks in the morning. Are you crazy? Who doesn't? You get a good breakfast in. But then we turn on the social media, and that peace quickly dissipates. It evaporates. It's just fucking out of there. Like, because immediately you start reading headlines. And we think to ourselves, oh, well, I don't have any individual power. I don't have any control. Because look at this. It's so terrible. It's so awful. And then that reaction is what creates more of that in the co-creation. The collective consciousness. We individually make up a small piece of that collective consciousness. The more energy that you have as an individual, so somebody, for example, like a Trump, like an Elon Musk, they can shake and move the way the world goes more because they are a pendulum. They are an energy harvester. And the way that works is, just imagine you have the alt-right guys that really love Mr. Trump. And you got the left side, they really fucking hate Mr. Trump. All those people, it doesn't matter whether it's a positive, a loving emotion, or a negative, a bad emotion, it's still energy. And they're sending their energy off to this one individual. So now this one individual is harvesting all this energy, and with all that, they get to make massive decisions, massive moves that shake up the collective consciousness, because there's so many people tuned in to what they're doing, what they're saying, what their next move is. So on an individual level, we need to start being very keen of where we put our focus and our energy. It's okay to watch the news. I'm not saying you can't do that shit, all right? Not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying don't react to it. Don't have a negative reaction. Try and always have a positive reaction to everything in your life. I've said before that bad things are good things and good things are great things. What I'm really meaning with that is that was like veiled words where I'm not telling the full truth. But like if you react to bad things as if it was something good, then you're going to attract more good things into your life. It's not like you're telling God, oh, I love it when I get fucked over by a friend. Oh my God, I love it so much. You know, when somebody, you know, steals something from you or something bad happens, right? Something bad happens. It's not what you're telling them. What they see, what God sees, what the universe responds to is the vibration in your heart. So if you can find out a way to always carry a positive vibration, a high vibration up here, then that is what you're going to get back. And then the more that you embody that on an individual level, you're going to send out a ripple. This is what we call like the light workers out on the grid, out on this earth. The more of a high vibration that they embody, they ripple this out to other light workers, to other people, and it wakes them up. Waking them up, all that means is more consciousness. As you become more conscious, you can choose higher levels of consciousness, which is like that higher frequency energy. So it will activate more love in you. It will activate more joy, all the good shit. But it does not mean that the bad stuff will disappear. It will just change, okay? Because even still, like you could have billions of dollars, and that's usually what most people, even myself, I've broken it down to when I was younger, is like, oh, well, everything would be easier if I had $1 billion. Well, even still, if you have all that money, you got more fucking problems, right? The problems don't go away. Your reactions to them just have to change, all right? Bad stuff will always happen. It is your reaction that dictates the movement you make on the river of your own life, on your own journey. So keep it positive, okay? Keep it positive. You are doing so much. You're doing such a great fucking job. I know, I see you on the other side of the screen. You're doing a great job because you are consciously becoming aware more and more every day of your emotions, of your vibration. And as you do that, it is sending a ripple out to other people because now that you are conscious of it, you are going to create more of that into your reality. You're going to project that. So now that input of being more conscious is going to give you an output of people being more conscious. And as all of us collectively do this, we're going to co-create a reality in which we are all more conscious of our thoughts, our emotions, and that overall vibration that transcends reality and creates reality. And when we all do that, that's when everything in the dark really comes to the light. And it's not one of those situations like, oh my God, we need to throw everyone in jail, kill everybody that's bad. I'm like, no, we need to become adults, all right? And we need to answer everything with peaceful solutions. Meet everything with love, or at least try our best to. If that is not the case, okay, if you're not individually going to go solve these problems, stop worrying about it. Just stop worrying about it. Why are you worried about it? Stop giving your energy to it. Stop giving your power to it. Unless you're willing to like get on camera and talk about it and fight against it and do so by spreading awareness, spreading love, not just, you know, this left versus right hate. Especially if you're in America and you're receiving this message, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You know, you can't go online without seeing people point the finger at the other side. It's always the right guys are bad or the left guys are bad. And there's not enough of this awareness to like, hey guys, maybe we should all just be moderate. Maybe we should all, as Americans, as human beings, let's be friends. Let's be friends. Let's talk about this. Let's sit down. What is the best case scenario to move forward with? All right. It's pretty apparent. Wars suck ass. Wars are kind of gay. Why are we still doing this retarded bullshit? Oh, because we keep electing Freemasons? Oh, we keep electing these elites? What? Wait, over the last 30, 40 years, every country that we've gone to war with, they didn't have a Rothschild-backed bank? What? Is that the democracy that we installed? We just want to install the money lending systems, the usury systems? Who controls all these systems? Oh, it all goes back to that one country that supposedly is our best friend, yet we have 250 senators and congressmen going over there to talk about how they're like the first, priority this week. That's happening this week. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. That's that's what we need more of. Just like the wow energy of like, dude, it's such a fucking joke. Like, all you can do is laugh. It's very out of our control. So we have to meet everything with love and understanding and a willingness to change. And we have to do so on an individual level. And as we do it, it will send out more and more ripples and everything will work out. But we have to believe that it can work out. Okay? We have to trust and have faith that things can actually be good for once. All right? I love you guys so much. And that's the last thing I want to leave you off with is just have more faith. Fear is useless. It really is. Love is everything. We are not going to solve our problems by pointing the finger at other people, by hating other people, by wishing death onto other people and destruction, and continuously just reiterating this cycle of death and war over and over again. Because that's what we do. That's what we do. We like seeing it, don't we? We like playing the video games, don't we? We like watching those movies, don't we? It's a good time. But we can still have those things. We can still have Hollywood. We can still have the news. We just have to change our reaction to them. And as people start to tune out from the negative fear programming and tuning into the more love-based programming that they can find on YouTube or Rumble or Instagram, wherever it is, as you tune in more to that, I genuinely believe the news networks of the world and the elites will get the message, because that's how it works, and they will change. But we have to be the change first. All right? So, love you guys. Choose love. Namaste. Oh, and you are so rude. You are so rude. Look. Hey, Jax. You are so rude. Look. Yes, you are. You are such a cute little pupper. All right, I'll see you guys.